So welcome back to physics online session. So since from that few days we discussed the concept related to electrostatics. So in that electrostatics, it's a branch of physics which deals with the study of properties of the charges when the charge is at rest position. So we took that consideration. So if the charge particle is at rest position, what are the characteristics properties of the charges? Already we come to know in case of electric charge and field, as well as in electrostatic potential and capacitance. So now today we will be discussing on electrodynamics. What's the mean of that electrodynamics here? So that word dynamics refers to a motion. So in the sense, so in case of that electrodynamics, we are going to understand that properties of the charges when the charge is under the motion here. So now let me begins with the another chapter related to electromagnetic theory, so that is electrodynamics. So in that electrodynamics we will discuss the chapters current, electricity, moving charges and magnetism and matter, so electromagnetic induction and alternating current. So these are all the chapters comes under a electrodynamics here. So in that electrodynamics, that first chapter is current, electricity. So in this chapter we will study about that properties of the charges when the charge is under the motion here. So in case of that electrodynamics, so in electrodynamics, it is a branch of physics which deals with the study of properties of the charges under the motion here. So charge is under the motion. What are the properties of the charges it exhibit? I need to understand in electrodynamics. So in that electrodynamics, the chapter is current, electricity. So before going to understand that word current, electricity, for example, so in case of that river, water is flowing, so that is water current we can call. So for example, in case of that metal, so if that heat is flowing, means heat is supplying, means heat energy is flowing from that one point to another point, so that we can consider as a thermal current. So did you get my point? So if that water is flowing, means that is water current. So if that heat is flowing, means that is thermal current. In the similar manner, if the charge is flowing, means so that current we can call it as a electric current here. So let me begins with the concept electric current here. Electric current. So basically I need to understand that what you mean by that electric current. So I said that, so in case of that river, water is flowing, so that is water current. So in case of that material or in case of that metal, so if that heat is flowing from that one point to another point, so that is thermal current we can call. In the similar aspect, so in case of that conductor, if the charge particles are moving from that one point to another point, so such current I can call it as a electric current. So how will you define the concept of electric current? So electric current is nothing but the rate of flow of charge in a conductor, we can call it as a electric current. So in generally I can define the concept of electric current. So how will you define here? The rate of flow of charge, the rate of flow of charge through conductor, the rate of flow of charge through conductor, so is known as electric current. So is known as electric current here. So how will you define the concept of electric current here? The rate of flow of electric charge through a conductor, we can call it as a electric current. It is represented by the symbol I here. So I is equal to rate of flow of charge, means shall I take that mathematical approach here? Current is equal to, so look at here, current is equal to charge divided by time here, or I is equal to what? Q by T. So this is the mathematical expression for the electric current here. So what you mean by that electric current here? The rate of flow of electric charge through a conductor is known as electric current here. So I is equal to Q by T here. So where q in the sense charge, SI unit of charge is coulomb, so time is in terms of second here. So SI unit of current, SI unit of current is, sorry, SI unit of current, so electric current, or in general you can call it as a current. So current are measuring in terms of ampere. So what is the SI unit of current here? SI unit of current is ampere here. So I can consider, what you mean by that 1 ampere here. So current is said to be 1 ampere. So when that current, we can take it as a 1 ampere, means in terms of magnitude I can define. So current is said to be 1 ampere if 1 coulomb of charge is flows through a conductor for 1 second. So that we can call it as a 1 ampere here. So current we can consider as 1 ampere. When will you consider that current as a 1 ampere here? So current is said to be 1 ampere if 1 coulomb of charge is flows through a conductor for 1 second of time. So that quantity we can take it as a 1 ampere here. So in case of current, I is equal to q by t, I can consider here. So in all the situation, current is not steady here. So if the current is not steady, what will be the equation for current I can consider here? So if current is not steady, if current is not steady here, so if current is not steady, so or we can call it as a instantaneous current. So what will be the expression for that instantaneous current, or instantaneous current I can call instantaneous current. What's that mean of that word instantaneous? So at particular interval of time I can call that word as a instantaneous. So I is equal to what? I is equal to dq by dt here. So what's that equation here? So for instantaneous current, what's the expression for that instantaneous current here? I is equal to dq by dt here. So for example, if current T changes with the time here, so current value changes with respect to time, then what is the value of that charge between the time here? So look at here, if current is changes with the time, then charge between the time interval, so I can find out that quantity of charge between the time interval, then charge between the time t1 and t2 is, so what is the expression for that? So charge between the time t1 and t2 here. So this equation I can re-alter here. So dq is equal to integration from the time t1 to t2, between the time interval t1 to t2, I into dt. So integration of dq is nothing but what? Q here. So q is equal to integration from t1 to t2, I into dt. So this is the required expression for that charge between the time t1 and t2 here. So hope you are understanding these things. So look at here, in case of that electrodynamics, that word indicates that, so it deals with the study of charges under the motion here. So in electrodynamics, so let me understand the chapter current electricity. So basically we know that what you mean by that electric current. In high school physics already we learnt about these things. So electric current is nothing but what? The rate of flow of charge through a conductor, we can call it as a electric current. So I is equal to q by t here. SI unit of current is ampere here. So I can define that, what you mean by that 1 ampere here. So current is said to be 1 ampere if 1 coulomb of charge is flowing for a second of, for a time interval of 1 second here. So now if that current is not steady, for instantaneous current I can consider. So for that instantaneous current, I got that equation, I is equal to dq by dt here. So if that current T changes with time, then I can find out that charge between the time interval t1 and t2. So between the time interval means I can integrate that equation here. So integration of dq is equal to integration from t1 to t2, I into dt here. So integration of dq is q here. So integration from t1 to t2 I into dt here. So now I can consider that in case of that current, so for example in case of a conductor I can consider that positive ions as well as negative ions. So for example, if that positive ions are moving from that left to right side, so for example n number of protons are there, that n number of protons are moving from that left to right side here, and n number of electrons are, for example n1 number of protons are moving from left to right side, and n2 number of electrons are moving from that right to left side, then what about the current I can consider here? So for example, if n1 number of protons, if n1 number of protons are moving from n1 number of protons are moving from left to right side, n1 number of protons are moving from left to right side, and n2 number of electrons are moving from n2 number of electrons are moving from right to left side, right to left side. In other sense you can take it as an opposite direction, left to right side. Then current is given by I is equal to what? So look at here. So from that quantization of the charge I can write one more equation. Q is, shall I take it as a n into E here? So n into E divided by T. n1 number of protons are moving from left to right side, so it is in the sense positive x-axis, positive x-axis, n1 into E magnitude of the charge. Next, so electrons are moving from that left to right side, so that is negative x-axis. Electron means negative sign, minus into minus, so that is plus here, n2 into E divided by T, or n1 plus of n2 into E divided by T. So this is the required expression. So this is the equation applicable when n1 number of protons are moving from that left to right side, and n2 number of electrons are moving from that right to left side here. Suppose if it get interchanged, suppose that n1 number of electrons are moving from left to right side, and n2 number of electrons are also moving in the same direction, left to right direction, then what is the expression here? Both are moving in the same direction, so then equation is n1 minus of n2 into E divided by T here. Look at here. So if that protons are moving from left to right and electrons are moving from that right to left here, so in opposite direction n1 plus of n2 you can take. So if both electrons and protons are moving from left to right direction, means then n1 minus of n2 you can consider. Now one more equation I shall consider here. Suppose if that electrons are moving along a circular path, so for example in case of that atomic structure, nucleus is at the center, all the electrons are revolving and around the nucleus we consider. So in such situation also current is introduced. So why? Because so whenever the charge particle is under the motion, then current is produced. The rate of flow of charge you can consider as a current here. Now look at that, what will be the mathematical expression for the current? Okay, so now we will consider that mathematical expression for that. So as the charge particle is moving along a circular path, so we'll look at that expression for current. If charge particle is moving along circular path. So if the charge particle is moving along circular path, means so first I can consider that so velocity is equal to what? So for example, so this is the charge particle, this charge particle is moving along a circular path. Velocity is equal to distance by time. So distance is nothing but what? Circumference of the circle. What's the value of circumference of the circle? So that is 2 pi r divided by T here, or T I can consider. So T value is equal to 2 pi R divided by V here. So current is given by, so I is equal to what? So I is equal to Q by T, where T is nothing but what? So Q divided by, T value is what? 2 pi R divided by V. If it goes to numerator, Q into V divided by 2 pi of R here. So look at here, this is the mathematical expression. I is equal to what? Q into V divided by 2 pi into R here. So now look at here, this equation I can rewrite in one more form. I is equal to Q into 1 by T. So Q by T here. So 1 by time taken is nothing but a frequency here. So shall I take that I is equal to Q into F here. So this is one more expression. I is equal to what? Q into F here. So from that angular velocity, omega is equal to what? 2 pi by T or 2 pi into F here. So F is equal to, shall I take that omega divided by 2 pi here. So look at here, I is equal to what? Q into F, I get it here. So wherever F is there, shall I take that omega into 2 pi here? Sorry, omega divided by 2 pi. So look at here, I is equal to what? Q into omega divided by 2 pi. So I know that relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. So linear velocity means, so that velocity is along straight line motion. Angular velocity means circular. So in case of that system of particle and rotational motion in first PU chapter, you get that expression for that relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. V is equal to R omega. R omega is equal to, shall I take it as a V by R here? So omega is equal to V by R, Q into V divided by R. So 2 pi into R. So this is the required expression here. So look at here, Q into V. So Q into V divided by 2 pi R, Q into V divided by 2 pi R. So whatever. So if that charge particle is moving along a circular manner means, so these are all the mathematical expressions. So if that linear velocity is given, so if that angular velocity is given means this formula you need to consider here. So this is about a, so current here. So basic introduction here. Now look at here, so I got that expression for the current and SI unit for the current. Now let me look at that. So whether the current having particular direction or not. So what will be the direction of the current, I need to take it here. So what is the direction of the current? So for our convenience, we are considering that direction of the current is taken as direction of the motion of the positive charge. So look at here, what is the direction of the current here? Direction of the current is, we can consider on the basis of direction of motion of the positive charge. It means that in which direction positive ions are moving, so that direction I can consider as a direction of the current here. So direction of current, direction of current. So for our convenience, we are going to be consider the direction of current is along the direction of the positive charge. So what will be the direction of the current here? The direction of current is, the direction of current is along the direction of positive charge. So look at here, what is the direction of the current then? The direction of current is along the direction of the positive charge. So for example, in case of that material or in case of that conductor, it consists of both positive ions as well as negative ions. So but in case of that conductor, what's the speciality of the conductor? Conductor, it allows the flow of current, we can consider. So the reason for that one is conductor consists of free electrons. So those free electrons are responsible for the flow of current or flow of charges, we can consider. So in case of the direction of current, so direction of consider, I can consider on the basis of direction of motion of the positive charge. So for example, if you consider this is one material, so in that material, so this is the direction of the positive charge. So direction of the positive charge you can consider here. So for example, in case of current, I said the rate of flow of charge you can consider as a current. So because of the direction of the motion, because of the motion of the positive ions also are getting current, so such current you can consider as a conventional current. So what type of current it is? Conventional current here. And so in case of that material, or in case of that conductor, it consists of that electrons. So free electrons, you can take it here. So look at here. So these electrons are moving opposite to the direction of the positive ions. So in this situation also we are getting current here. Such type of current we can call it as a electronic current. Electronic current here. So now in case of that conductor, what are the majority of charge carriers here? In case of that conductor, majority of charge carriers are the electrons here. Then what is the direction of current in other sense I can say? So direction of current is along the direction of positive charge, or in other words I can say direction of current is opposite to the direction of motion of electrons, both are same. So what is the direction of current here? Direction of current is along the direction of the positive charge, or in other way I can say that direction of current in case of the conductor is direction of current in conductor in case of conductor is opposite to the direction of so in case of that conductor, direction of current is opposite to the direction of flow of negative charge, or electrons we can call, opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. So this is the direction of the current. So now look at here, I want to understand one thing here. So in case of that current, so we can consider the direction of current is from direction of the positive charge. In which direction positive charges are moving, so that will be the direction of the current I can consider. Then the word current, so that physical quantity current is a scalar or vector, I need to understand here. So basically we know that meaning of scalar and vector. So what do you mean by that scalar? It has only magnitude but not particular direction. So such kind of physical quantity I can take it as a scalar physical quantity, whereas vector physical quantity in the sense that physical quantity having both magnitude as well as direction here. So such kind of quantity we can consider as a vector quantity. So now let me tell that whether current is scalar or vector quantity. So current has particular magnitude, so 1 ampere of current or 2 ampere of current we can say. So current has magnitude, so that one is clear. Whether current has direction or not, so of course it has particular direction. So direction of current is along the direction of the positive charge I said. So it means that current has both magnitude as well as direction here. Now whether the current is scalar or vector here, so again that scalar is again that current is a scalar quantity. So why that current is a scalar quantity even though current having both magnitude as well as direction here? So did you get my point? So in generally we can define that scalar means it has only magnitude, so vector means it has both magnitude as well as direction. But current has particular magnitude as well as direction also, even though current we can consider as a scalar physical quantity. The reason for that one is current does not obey vector addition rule. So look at here, electric current or current is scalar physical quantity. Current is scalar physical quantity because it does not obey vector addition rule. So look at here, current does not obey vector addition rule. What's that law of vector addition? So we got that triangle law of vector addition, so parallelogram law of vector addition and polygon law of vector addition. So in case of that parallelogram law of vector addition, we are considering that formula r is equal to square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. So the same formula we used in case of the determination of the force at particular point in case of electrostatics. So we are considering this formula, resultant force at the fourth corner. So this force is F1 I can take, and this force is F3 I will consider, and this force will be F2 I will consider. So finally resultant force, in order to get the resultant force we are using this formula, F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 times of F1 into F2 cos theta. So that cos theta indicates that angle between the two lines here. So that same situation is not applicable in case of the current. So why? Because for example, I will take the two wires here. So in that two wire, so for example 2 ampere of current is flowing. So in this wire 3 ampere of current is flowing here. So it is joined to that another single wire here. So in that single wire, how much amount of current is flowing here? So angle between that two wires, so whatever, so there exists a certain angle between these two wires. So then what about that current in this third wire here? So this is first wire, this one is second wire, and this will be a third wire here. So total current is 2 plus of 3. Normal algebra I can consider. So in this wire 5 ampere of current is flowing here. So it means that current in this wire is independent on the angle between these two wires. So the quantity current is not depends upon the angle between these two wires. So it does not obeys vector addition rule. So current obeys normal algebraic rule. So that is what. So even though current having both magnitude as well as direction, we can call that current is a scalar physical quantity. The reason for that is current does not obeys vector addition rule. So remember this point here. Even though current having both magnitude as well as direction, we can treat that current is a scalar physical quantity. The reason for that is current does not obeys vector addition rule.